You ever have one of those nights where the world just decides to humble you? I'm talking about the kind of night that starts with you feeling like a king, like nobody on earth can touch you. And then, out of nowhere, you get hit by a freight train called reality, and maybe, just maybe, you needed it. That was Lucas Stone. The man was untouchable, a billionaire CEO, top of his game, master of the universe. You've seen his kind, right? Think expensive suits, penthouse with glass walls, a jet on standby. If he snapped his fingers, Wall Street would probably dance. That's the guy I'm talking about. So, here's how it happened. Picture La Perla Lounge, a Michelin star spot, heavy velvet, crystal, the kind of place where rich people laugh a little too loud, and every plate costs what a regular person makes in a week. Lucas is there with his investors, big money on the line, some mega merger deal with enough paperwork to crush a small elephant. The contract's in Spanish, thick legalese, every sentence a minefield. Lucas, of course, wants control, so he's reading every word himself. Lawyers just back up, you know what I mean. Then there's Sofia Alvarez. She's gliding through the dining room, all quiet grace and sharp eyes, working double shifts to pay for her mom's cancer treatments. She keeps her hair in a tight bun, her accent soft but unmistakable. Nobody sees the waitstaff unless something's wrong. That's how Sophia likes it. Moving like a ghost, hands quick, eyes quicker, never drawing attention unless she wants to. Well, Lucas, he notices her. Not for any good reason. She just hesitates, the tiniest moment, refilling his wine. He's irritated, because guys like Lucas, they're not used to waiting. He snaps at her, loud enough for his guests to smirk. Sophia doesn't even flinch. She apologizes and moves on. But you know those moments where you realize you might have poked the wrong bear? That was it. He files it away. Spanish, smart, something about her doesn't bend. The mood is thick. Wine, money, power. So when one of the investors jokes about the contract, Lucas goes for the kill. Hey, waitress, if you're so smart, translate it. Like it's some circus trick. The whole table's laughing, expecting her to blush, stammer, melt into the floor. But Sophia just looks at him. Steady, quiet. She picks up the contract, tucks it under her arm, and walks to the kitchen without a word. The laughter wobbles. Some folks don't know if they're supposed to clap or be embarrassed. Lucas shrugs it off, but he feels a prickle at the back of his neck, a little voice that says, "Buddy, you just made a mistake." Next morning, Lucas is in his office, a glass castle over Central Park, when his assistant drops an envelope on his desk. No return address, just his name. Inside, the contract. Translated. Every clause, every risk, hand-annotated in razor-sharp English. The margin notes? They catch traps his lawyers missed. A clause that could cost him millions, a hidden labor issue that could turn South America against him. And there's a letter. Assumptions are a liability in business. Next time, read the room before you make a spectacle. Sofia Alvarez. Lucas is rattled, and for a guy like him, that's saying something. He digs. Finds out Sophia's not just a waitress. She's a law school prodigy, top of her class, fluent in 5 languages, used to negotiate deals worth more than most people see in a lifetime. But then, a couple years back, she disappears from the legal world, reappears at La Perla, waiting tables for $15 an hour, taking care of her mom. Lucas goes back to the restaurant, ego in check for maybe the first time ever. He finds her, asks her point blank, "Why are you here pouring coffee instead of running a law firm?" Sophia doesn't dodge. She says it's about family. Her mom's dying, treatments cost more than a lawyer makes, insurance covers jack. Waitressing means she can be there when it counts. She chose love over glory. You wouldn't understand, she tells him. And maybe she's right, because the words sting. Lucas tries to hire her. He dangles money, power, prestige. She shuts him down cold. "I'm not your employee. I'm not for sale. I did this to prove I'm not invisible." And she walks away. Let me back up a sec, because that right there, that's the pivot. Lucas, who measures everyone by how useful they are to him, gets a dose of reality. Some people just won't play your game, no matter what's in the pot. From then on, he watches. Not in a creepy way. He just shows up, orders coffee, keeps his distance. He sees Sophia run the dining room like a captain, defusing angry customers, slipping food to a homeless guy, tutoring a coworker's daughter on her break. She's fluent in everything. Languages, emotions, the million invisible pressures most folks ignore. He learns her story in pieces. Colombia to the Bronx, raised by a single mom after her dad died, fought her way to the top of law school, burned herself out saving companies, then walked away when it mattered most. Now she's working nights, saving every dollar, mentoring kids at the community center, laying the foundation for her own legal clinic in Brooklyn. Alvarez Legal Services. One day, he sends her a $50,000 thank you check for saving his company's ass. She returns it uncashed. "I don't need your charity. I need your respect." That line just hangs in the air. Changes him. Lucas starts showing up for real. He volunteers, gets involved, helps with her clinic, watches her turn a ragtag office into a powerhouse. Cases that save immigrants from deportation, families from eviction, small businesses from predatory loans. Twist time. Sophia quietly helps a rival luxury brand beat Lucas's own company to a key South American contract. Not out of spite, just doing what's right for the workers. Lucas is stunned, but he admires it. It pushes him to change his own business. He starts hiring more diversely, launches pro bono initiatives, mentors kids who remind him of Sophia's crew. He even sets up a fund in his sister's memory, supporting cancer research, something he'd never have done without this wake-up call. Sophia, meanwhile, becomes a legend. Her keynote at Columbia Law goes viral. She talks about justice for the invisible, about lifting up the people nobody else sees. Law schools pick up her model. She launches a scholarship fund in her mom's name. Even as her mom battles cancer, their tiny apartment fills with thank you notes from people Sophia's helped, students, families, lawyers she's inspired. Lucas changes too. He brings in Sophia's mints, partners with her firm, even gets ribbed by Sophia's mom for finally seeing the world outside his penthouse. He's not perfect. He faces pushback from his board, doubts himself, stumbles, but he keeps going. And when Sophia wins a landmark case, saving a local bodega and turning a developer into a community partner, Lucas sends a note. Not charity. Partnership. The last scene? Lucas returns to La Perla, but Sophia's long gone, her apron hanging like a retired jersey. The manager gives him a letter. Sophia's words, thanking him for seeing her, for seeing others, for not giving up on change. She tells him to keep believing in the kids she's mentored, to keep building a legacy that matters. Lucas slips the note next to his sister's photo in his wallet, walks out into Central Park, and for the first time in his life, feels like he's found his true north. So here's the thing. Sometimes the people you overlook are the ones who change your life. Sometimes what you think is a setback is the start of something better, something bigger than you. Lucas and Sophia proved it. Now it's your turn. What would you have done? Do you think Lucas deserved forgiveness? Or was Sophia too generous? Is success about power or about lifting up the people nobody sees? Tell me in the comments. Let's get real about what matters, and maybe, just maybe, we'll all see a little clearer tomorrow.